Well, hello there, everybody, and welcome to Cover Wars. I'm your host, aJaX, and with me always is Seth. Seth, how's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
Not bad. Hey, we also have a new guest here. Who's this?
Hi, this is Isaac. I'm back.
Oh, hey, Isaac, how's it going? Cover Wars is a show where we find you the top 3 cover versions of a particular song. And what song will we be covering today on Cover Wars, Isaac?
I2I.
I2I by Powerline, otherwise known as TEVIN Campbell. Let's do this.
Cover Wars, the podcast where we find you the top 3 covers of our popular song. We pull from a curated playlist of 20 different versions. We reveal our top 5 favorites, then we battle it out in a cover war, where we reveal what we've determined, culminating in the best cover ever of a popular song.
All right, so I2I by TEVIN Campbell, featuring Rosie Gaines. I believe that's her name. Does that sound right? So, Isaac, I'm interested. Why did you pick I2I from the film A Goofy Movie?
Yes, thank you so much for having me back on and giving me the privilege of choosing. That's a song that I grew up with. I've talked about it. Me and Seth covered it on our podcast, Movies at Grandma's House. And when we reviewed Goofy Movie, I brought out how when it was out, it was on not HBO, but some kind of paid that we had for a month. And I can still remember my mom took one of those old cassette boom boxes, but you could record it. And she literally held it up for the whole song at the end of the credits. I2I. So I had it on cassette that I would listen to constantly. So yeah, this is one that hits home for me. I just grew up loving the soundtrack, and this is one that you could argue is the best, but I'd say it's definitely up there for sure.
Nice. Well, we will be talking about our favorite Disney songs later on in the show. So, Seth, what about I2I for you? How does that song hit for you?
So honestly, when Isaac and I covered this on Movies at Grandma's House, one of the things that I hit home was how the Powerline music was just so amazing. It's a great song, and TEVIN Campbell did an amazing job for sure.
Absolutely. And we'll get into his bio later on in the show as well. And we will also discover whether or not any of these covers are better than the original. We'll see if we all agree with that or not. We shall find out. But let's get right into the rankings now. We're going to rank our top 5 favorite cover songs from a curated playlist. If you're interested in finding that playlist, go ahead and click on one of the links below, either the Spotify link to the playlist or the YouTube playlist, and you can find your own favorites from that playlist. All right, so our guest is up first. Isaac, what is your number 5?
Well, there was a theme I was noticing with this playlist, and it's not a bad thing, especially if you enjoy a cappella. But there's something about this one specifically that it just, I don't know. I can't describe it. It just hit for me. But D cappella.
All right. Well, I can tell you that D cappella is Disney Music Group's official a cappella singing sensation with handpicked vocal talent from places like The Voice and Saturday Night Live. So what did you like so much about D capella's version?
I was going to say the voices, I think, were just a little bit better. You could almost go through all these acapellas and have a personal favorite. I think they were wonderfully done. This just hit for me for some reason. And the voices was a big part of it. I could just kind of tell her maybe a little bit better. But again, I don't know. There's something about this one specifically. I was grooving to it, and I came back and I actually listened to it several times. It wasn't like, okay, that was nice and move on. So that's why I was like, I got to put this in my top 5 for that very reason.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, the professionalism kind of emanates from their voices in the song. I definitely feel that. So what about you, Seth? What did you like about D cappella?
I wrote down that the D cappella's take was, and their ad libs, the vocal gymnastics they were able to do, and are just incredible. Some of the the runoffs at the end of the verse were just so perfectly performed that they, to me, kind of like blew away some of the other vocals. And I concur, it was definitely worth being in the top 5.
Nice. All right. So, way to kick things off there, Isaac. And yes, welcome to the show. If I didn't say so already, I don't think I said welcome, Isaac. Thanks for joining us. So,
felt
a
welcome,
little
so-
delayed response. But anyway, so Seth, what is your number 5?
I've got Cody and the Lazies.
One way or another, together's where we both belong.
Cody and the Lazies. It wouldn't be an Isaac guested pod episode without Cody and the Lazies appearing, as they appeared for the Reading Rainbow theme song episode we had not too long ago. Seth, what did you like so much about this version?
It's just a rocking, great vibe. I really enjoyed their take. It was, I've been saying this over and over again, but if they're a little bit different, I usually tend to pick this for my top 5. So that's what it was.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I mean, I like it how it doesn't sound polished. It sounds very amateur, but in a good way. You know, like sometimes it's good to hear those little unpolished errors in some of the guitar playing and everything. So I kind of like that about it. What did you think of this version, Isaac?
I really liked it. And like you mentioned, it was like, oh, I remember these guys. This is kind of bringing me back. But they had the trumpets, they have that rock sound. I think the vocals was holding back a little bit. If I was going to kind of nitpick, they didn't push it as much as I was hoping. It was still well done. I'm not trying to say it was a bad vocal, but for a song like this, I felt like that was kind of holding back a little bit, but I really loved it. And I also had a note, guitar solo is awesome. So that's what I have to say.
I did not like it as much as the Reading Rainbow version, but it was still good. I mean, there's not a bad version on this whole thing. I loved it. So, all right, everyone, are you ready for my number 5? Okay, my number 5 is from Aaron and the Wildfire.
Take a look inside, see, yeah.
Very nice.
Aaron and the Wildfire, they're a popular soul indie pop band from Richmond, Virginia, fronted by powerful vocalist Aaron Lunsford, known for deeply personal lyrics on self-love and resilience, blending funk, R&B, and pop with a strong stage performance. I just thought this was a nice peppy performance, complete with nice harmonies and horns. It's a jazzy and soulful, funky, beautiful, and lovely female-fronted vocal, which is nice, and just topped off a very well-played version of the song. Doesn't overpower, it doesn't outstay its welcome. And Aaron and the Wildfire, under 1,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, which is crazy to think about. Yeah. So I loved it. What did you think of Aaron and the Wildfire, Isaac?
Yeah, I had that down as well. They're kind of this unique funk. That's a tone I was kind of, and I couldn't help but groove to it. So it kind of drew me in. I thought it was interesting and different from the other covers, which I really liked.
Yeah, what about you, Seth?
So I had written down that it was a mixture of Prince and James Brown if they had made this song.
Okay.
So I really
like
dug
it.
it. Yeah.
Nice. All right, very cool. All right, let's get into our 4s now starting with Isaac. Isaac, what is your number 4?
This might surprise you guys, but I don't know why I kept coming back to it. And when I was doing the rankings, it just ended up at number 4. I'm going to do Pixie and the Party Grass Boys.
First time ever we're seeing it eye to eye.
All right, you're not wrong. It does surprise me. I'll go ahead and say that. But again, there wasn't one of these that I didn't like. I'll tell you that Pixie and the Party Grass Boys, they are a high-energy Utah-based folk bluegrass band known as Party Grass, blending traditional sounds with pop, jazz, and punk for a unique, fun, and danceable experience. So, Isaac, why did you pick them for your number 4?
I mean, again, I was surprised. I'm not like this big bluegrass fan, but it moseyed its way up my rankings. Every time I went back to listen to it, I enjoyed the harmonies. They worked so well, especially for a song like this. And it was just kind of a fun take. It wasn't like they were taking themselves too seriously, like we're going to just really blow it out of the water in our genre. It just felt like they were passionate about the song and they wanted to do it justice. Like, yes, we're bluegrass, but come on, like this works. And it really does. That's why I was like, yeah, it's got to be in my top 5. The more and more I listen to it, the more I appreciate it.
Well, great. Okay, that's a great take. I do love bluegrass. I thought they did a really good job with it. But yeah, I will underline fun. It was definitely fun. So, Seth, did you like it? Did you think it was fun? Did it mosey its way up for you?
I noted that it was wonderfully, what did I say? Wonderfully refreshing. And for a bluegrass take on this song, which is completely different than the original, it was refreshing at that. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, I'm interested in knowing, Seth, what is your number 4?
My number 4 is Suburban Legends.
By reaching out for each other's hand, maybe we'll discover.
Oh, Suburban Legends, you say? All right. Very nice. Okay, so Suburban Legends, they are our ska entry, nearing 50,000 monthly listeners. They're a ska band from Orange County that formed at Huntington Beach High School back in 1999. So a bunch of bandmates that are well acquainted with each other, and it definitely shows in their music. Seth, why did you pick them for your number 4?
Just thought it was a ska fun take, great instrumentation. I kept coming back to this one. I was trying to figure out where I was going to put it, and it was just so much fun that I couldn't not have it in the top 5.
Very nice. Oh, what about you, Isaac? Did you enjoy the ska?
I liked it. It was definitely giving me that ska kind of sublime. That I was like, taking me back to those 90s where ska was more popular. That's what I think of ska. Probably not a big ska fan, but I do enjoy a good track every once in a while. And this is what it kind of felt like. Like, oh, this is a nice refresher. I haven't heard ska in a while, so this was a good take on it. They did a great job covering it. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was delightful, a very nice and fun flair of a song. I mean, I just thought, get your Vans on, dress up in a nice little suit, and get out there and do some skanking. It's good stuff, man. I love me some ska. All right, very nice choice there for number 4. Are you interested in my number 4?
Oh, yeah.
So my number 4 is D Capella. So we've got our first match. Got a match.
There it
is. To echo the sentiments of Isaac, I thought this was the best a cappella version. And yeah, it did hit differently for me. It's just an excellent version, excellent lead and group vocals. The harmonies and vocal instrumentation sounds are fantastic. It's very pleasing to the ears and hits all the right notes. Without any further ado, let's get into the 3s, shall we? Isaac, what is your number 3?
My number 3 is Aston Blake.
Got myself a notion.
Okay, let me tell you something about Aston Blake. Now, it wouldn't be an Isaac guested podcast without an AI entry. Now, I didn't say it was AI, and I didn't let you guys know. The rest of the songs that he's uploaded are not AI. So you can definitely tell this is an AI version. He's got 13 total monthly listeners on Spotify. He's a reggae, hip hop, and EDM performer. This is a good version of the song, and it's just completely different structure to the song, too. Completely changes up the format.
I'll be honest, I didn't think it was entirely AI. Maybe in the back of my mind, I was like, it kind of gives me, like, it could be AI, but I did a little research, like you said, and the others, so maybe that's what threw me off the trail a little bit. But I just thought it was a fun song. It kind of has that R&B soul. You said reggae too, but that's kind of the direction I was hoping the covers would go when it came to I2I, was like this kind of a style. I mean, each person's going to be different. Maybe you want ska or you want a cappella, these things. This was kind of what I was expecting. I think that's the better word, is what I was expecting. And it's AI. I'm not a big fan of AI. I'm kind of with you there, although I, still rank this at number 3. But I don't know what else to say. It's just, it hit for me personally. And I think it was a good, even if it is AI, it was well done.
All right, what about you, Seth? What did you think of the song?
What he just said was perfect. I love the new sound. Very fresh, great vocals. Whether or not it's AI, I still enjoyed it. So I'm not gonna, knock it.
It's still good.
It was
it's still great. Well, what's funny is this is Untapped right here. So this is one I dug way deep to find it. Like, you really have to search for it because Spotify buries it. So, Aston Blake, you snuck one in on us, and yeah, I left it in because it's just so good. I mean, it's a great take on it. It's R&B, an R&B straight up version of I2I, and just a completely different sound too. So, Seth, what is your number 3?
I've got Aaron and the Wildfire.
If we listen to each other's heart.
I recognize them because it's a match. We got another match. All right, Seth, why did you pick them at number 3?
Because the instrumentation was just so amazing. The vocals were strong, but the instrumentation was out of this world. I really dug this version. And like I always say, if it's unique, it's going to pique my interest. So it was definitely unique of all the different takes.
Yeah, it gives just that funky, fresh flair, to alliterate a little bit. Oh, would you like to know what my number 3 is?
Let's find out.
Let's just keep this match train going, because my number 3 just so happens to be Suburban Legends.
We will discover what we should have known all along.
Ska. I thought it lends itself well to a Disney cover. It's supposed to be happy and peppy and upbeat, and this one just keeps you moving. And it landed all the way at number 3 for me. I kept pushing it up. And then I actually saw the video. If you haven't seen the video yet, check it out on the playlist. It's really, really fun video. You can tell these guys have known each other for a long time, and you can tell that it's just an infectious groove. They like hanging out and playing ska music, and this is a song that just lends itself so to it. So Suburban Legends, check it out. All right, so we've got through our top 3, and we have 3 matches. So I matched once with Isaac. I matched once with, actually twice with Seth now. So let's get into our 2s now. Isaac, what is your number 2?
I hope I'm saying this right, but I have at my number 2, Mahombi.
I reaching out for each other's hands.
Yeah, Mahombi. All right. So let me tell you about Mahombi. From the We Love Disney compilation, this was released in October 2019. Mahombi currently at 2.3 million monthly listeners. Originally from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. He's a highly accomplished and international artist. So, Isaac, what did you like about Mahombi's version?
This one was probably lower ranked. I'm going to be honest. There was something about the electronics. I was kind of like, this is okay. I mean, it's good. And then the more I listened to it, it just grew on me. I don't know how that happens, but it literally moved its way up to number 2. That's how much I think this demands another listen. You can't just listen to it once to give it full justice. So I go back to it was unique. The electronics part, like I said, was kind of a turnoff to me. Maybe it isn't for everybody, but for me, but I just kept coming back to it. There's something about it that grabbed me, and I thought this is a really fun cover.
Yeah, I mean, Seth and I have found out many times over, as many times we listen to these playlists, we move them up and we're like, wow, this one landed this far up. Well, yeah, that's our number 2, So Seth, what did you think of Mahombi's version?
It's got great originality. It's also infectious, so it's a fun take. What's interesting about this playlist is I wrote down fun almost in every single one. So this is one of the more fun ones.
Well, you can tell, you can tell that this is nostalgia overload, that all these artists appreciate and love this song. And it comes through in the music for sure, and their version of the song. All right, Seth, what is your number 2?
I might blow your mind a little bit. My number 2 is Aston Blake.
One I know that you'll understand.
Wow. Well, you didn't blow my mind because I didn't tell you it was AI, and I didn't discover it was AI until just very recently, like yesterday. So, so it doesn't blow my mind because it is such a well done AI version of the song. But yeah, why did it land all the way at number 2 for you?
There's something about it. It's so, the only word I can use to describe it is fresh, because you've got all these different takes. They all have a semblance of the song. This did not. This just sounded completely different, and in a good way. And I really thought, I instantly was all aboard.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it is very, very well done. What these artists do, what they do is they just plug in the lyrics into the recording software, and then they pick a style. And then the AI software just does its thing. And it spits out sometimes gobbledygook. And other times it spits out a gem like this. And it's just so funny that this song is not getting much. Nobody knows this version of the song. And we're here. Isaac, you have it at 3. And Seth, you have it at 2. And no one's really heard it. So Aston Blake, mad props to you. Even though you did what you did. You know what you did. But dang it sounds so nice. All right. Are you ready for my number 2?
Gots to know.
Well, my number 2 just so happens to be Punk Rock Factory featuring Adrian Estrella of Zebrahead.
If we listen to each other's art, we'll find.
I love Punk Rock Factory. This is from the album A Whole New Worst 2, released in May of 2022. They're a pop punk powerhouse from South Wales. And I just thought this is an incredibly energetic and powerful cover that really complements the original while adding key guitar shredding and drum beats that really turn up the volume on this aggressive yet pleasant sounding version of the song. So, Isaac, what did you think of Punk Rock Factory's cover?
I thought it was, again, fun. We're overusing that word like it's not unique, but it is. It really is a fun cover. The beginning, the vocals, I wasn't quite a fan of. I think it got better, though. Like that beginning, I wish it would have tweaked a little bit. But other than that, I thought it was a fun take. Yeah, I came back to this one a couple of times and thought it was just, again, fun. We need to come up with like a thesaurus and come up with other words other than fun. I can't think of any other word at the moment. Amusing.
Well, it's like sometimes a Welsh accent is pleasant to others, and to some it's not. For me, I love that Welsh accent. It comes through so well. So Seth, what did you think of Punk Rock Factory's version?
I had written down hard rock version, great drums and guitar. So I really enjoyed that feature.
Nice, me too. All right. Let's do this. We're going into number 1. I can't wait to see what all of us have for number 1. And perhaps we will match because we have possibly the same number 1. Let's see. Let's find out. Isaac, what is your number 1?
Okay, here it is. My number 1 is Brent Morgan.
We'll discover what we should have known all along.
Let me tell you a little bit about Brent Morgan. He is a singer-songwriter from Huntsville, Alabama, with a huge online presence and nearly 1.3 million monthly listeners. Why did you like Brent Morgan so much that he's your number 1?
That's good to see that he's got recognition because I have written down this was beautiful. Like literally, this was a beautiful cover. I really like the tone. I really like the style, kind of going back to what I was expecting. And I was ready to be surprised. Like, this isn't what I'm expecting. This could be number 1. There were so many covers that kind of took me by surprise. And I thought this could be number 1. But there's just something that captured me. I love the chorus, how he covered it. It was so unique. And I'll go back to it again. It was fun. But this one was a slowed down version.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was expecting was more slowed down versions because the original's all chipper and up. So I'm thinking, as a cover, if you want to make it your own, you just got to slow it down. This was the one that I think did it the best. So that's why it's got to be my number 1.
Very nice. Well put. I mean, it was a low tempo ballad version of an up tempo song. And I like that he's your number 1. That's so awesome. So Seth, what did you think of Brent Morgan?
I wrote down slow down methodical version. So that's pretty much what Isaac said.
Nice. All right. Let's hear from you now, Seth. Seth, what is your number 1?
I was afraid I gave it away earlier. Spoiler alert. It's D Capella. I mean, my goodness, how can it not be D Capella?
Okay, why is it number 1 though? That's what I really want to know.
Just unbelievable vocals. Great job. Well done. The ad libs, just like I mentioned it before, the vocal gymnastics on this version blew away, in my opinion, any of the other acapellas. I enjoyed all of the acapellas, except for one.
Not you.
We're not going to mention them, but
I just loved this version, and every time I listened to it, I loved it more.
Very nice. Okay, so D Capella, the only song to hit all of our top 5s, and number 1 for Seth. Okay, are you ready for my number 1?
Ready?
Yes.
Well, I won't say that I'm disappointed, but I'm a little disappointed that this one didn't hit either of your top 5s. Oh my goodness, it's Magnolia Park.
One way or another, together's where we both belong.
Because this was from Disney's cover song compilation, A Whole New Sound, just released last summer, 2024. Magnolia Park has 2 million monthly listeners on Spotify. They're a pop punk emo metalcore band from Orlando, home of Disney World. Hello. I mean, they're touring together this spring. Go check them out. They have amassed quite a following, and I've already released 4 full-length albums. So why do I like this the best? I thought it was the single best version of the song for me. It's perfectly executed. It's a pop punk version that not only captures the heart and energy of the original, but capitalizes on the upbeat and up-tempo tones. It's actually my favorite track on the whole compilation as well. So, very surprised that it wasn't at least in your top 5, so that's disappointing. But what did you guys think? I want to hear from you, Isaac. What did you think of that version?
Guess what? I thought it was fun. It sounds like
Word of the day.
It's up encouraging and uphill, whatever. It was a really good. I thought it felt like if Disney did a live action, because they love doing live actions right now, and I'm kind of like, that would be stuff of nightmares if they did a live action Goofy movie. But this feels like that would be in the credits, like playing during the credit scene. That's the kind of tone I was getting with it. My only knock on it is it might have had a little bit of that electronic feel. And I will go back to the Mojave. That's what was kind of, I didn't like it as much. So that might have been what kind of tipped it away for me. Is I tried to look at all good, but if there's anything that I was like, well, there's no negative. It's not that because I'm with you guys. I thought this was a fantastic playlist. I had so much fun going through all of them. But to answer your question, why I didn't crack my top 5, I think that's the best way to answer it.
Okay, fair enough. How about you, Seth?
Well, I enjoyed it. Hello, but it didn't make my top 10. So I really apologize for canceling out your number 1.
So very disappointed. So disappointed. All right. Well, we have quite the cover war, but before we get into the cover war, we got to get some honorable mentions out of the way. So starting with you, Isaac, we'll do a run through on your 10 through 6 honorable mentions that didn't quite make the cut, but were still really, really good. What was your number 10?
This was actually harder than making the top 5. I don't know why. I think I went back and updated this and swapped out probably 5 or 6 times. I'm not even kidding. It was so hard for me. So this feels incomplete. It's like, nope, I'm leaving this one off. I'm leaving this one off. So bear with me.
No, you're fine.
My number 10, I have Animal and Me.
Okay.
Ooh.
Animal and Me. What did you like about that?
That one, again, it had that electronic, but I liked that it sounded like a modern rock. It had great vocals, and it was pretty faithful to the original. So if that's what you're wanting in a cover song, I think this does a really good job on that. There was a little bit of screaming in it too, and I think if it would have pushed it a little bit more, it might have even fell out of my honorable mentions. But it wasn't entirely negative. I think the scream was done in good taste, I guess. So that's why it was able to still tap into my top 10.
Understood. What about number 9?
Number 9, I have Cody and the Lazies. I had to get them in there, and this is where I think they were even higher. And just compared to the competition, it made its way down. And I go back to just placement, but I still really enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun. I'll use that word again. I don't care if it's being overused. It was fun.
It was fun. What about number 8?
My number 8 is SoCal Vocals.
I call them SoCal Vocals.
Yes.
But that's just me. What did you like about them?
It was one of the other acapellas I did enjoy. I hope it's not the one that Seth didn't like, but I thought it was good. It had a great bridge breakdown. But I had a note here, like it was a little too much at times. I think it could have been a lot higher on my ranking, but just in my notes as I was listening to it, I think it maybe just didn't hit on my acapella compared to decapella. I'm with Seth. That one's in another league of its own by comparison.
Nice. What about number 7?
My number 7 is Jonathan Young, Caleb Hiles.
The rockin' version. What'd you like about them?
That's the reason. I think it was just a solid rock cover. I found myself just rocking out to that one, and I think it was actually higher. And again, going back through the playlist, it just kind of slowly made its way down, which is kind of, I was thinking it would have been higher, but I'm still happy it made the top 10. And
very nice.
Number
which
6.
one? Yeah, which 6? Which one just missed?
This one was in my top 5 when I first listened to it. This definitely got pushed down, but it was Aaron and the Wildfire. I'm with you, fella.
Aaron and the Wildfire.
I really enjoyed it.
Right. She's calling me a feller. I like it.
I did.
Seth, did you know you were a feller? All right.
Yes.
So it's very good. I like your honorables as well. So, Seth, what about your 10 through 6, starting with number 10?
I had SoCal Vocals
Very
at number
nice.
10.
What did you like about them?
SoCal Vocals, very good and strong harmonies. Their harmonies were right on.
I'm just
Okay.
relieved you like that one, Seth, because the whole time I was like, you said there's another one you didn't like.
We'll talk offline and we'll see if we'll compare notes and see which one we didn't like. What about number 9, Seth?
I had Brent Morgan.
Hey. Very cool. Brent Morgan, what'd you like about him?
Brent Morgan, the slowed down methodical version, I just really thought it was well played. Just executed really fine, and something about it was very catchy.
Very good. What about number 8?
I had The Animal in Me.
Yeah.
And what about Animal and Me did you like?
It was a great rock take, great vocals, cool stuff, and I wrote down fun. I'm not kidding.
I agree. That's fine. And then what about number 7?
I had Jonathan Young and Caleb Hiles.
Hey.
Very cool. Yeah, we're getting the matches on our honorables. That's cool. What did you like about them?
Powerful music, strong style.
Very cool. And which one just missed out?
Mahambi.
All right. Mahambi. What did you like about Mahambi?
So I thought the originality was really great. It was very catchy, very infectious. Just a lot of I don't know if it was liberties is the right word, but it was just well executed. It was a different feel than the other songs, different takes.
Very cool. All right. So that leaves us with my 10 through 6. So just to run through these real quick, my number 10, Jonathan Young and Caleb Hiles. I just thought this was a nice hard rock version of the song. A lot of drum thumping, excellent vibes throughout. Great guitar solo, too. That was the standout of that track. My number 9, this one not mentioned yet, Michigan G-Men. So I'm hoping that wasn't the one Seth disliked either. But I thought that this was my second favorite acapella. I thought it was nearly flawless. Great lead and group vocals. Harmonies were very well done for a college acapella group. My number 8 was The Animal in Me. Nice, heavier rock banger version of the song with an excellent female lead vocal, which is always nice to hear. My number 7, Brent Morgan. I thought it was a soft and delicate version with super sweet vocal tones, turning the song upside down, creating a ballad out of the low tempo. And my number 6, ready? Number 6, just missed it, and it was in my top 5 until this morning when I rearranged him listening to the playlist one last time, and that is Mahambi. Mahambi, I thought, I just like that switched up the tempo and structure of the song, but in a good way, breaking it down to a mid-tempo version that just breathes new life into it, gives it more of a global character and sound. So we've got quite the cover war here. I hate to just mention that Aston Blake. Let's start with him because this is going to be the one that we. So Isaac, you had him at 3. Seth at 2. I put him at 11, and that gives him a total score of 16, which will come into play as we go along. However, he was not in my top 10 at all, and I will argue to not have him as our top 3 because you guys left out Punk Rock Factory and Magnolia Park. I just can't. I can't. Those were my 2 and 1. I can't have Aston Blake and AI art piece in there and not have Punk Rock Factory and Magnolia Park represented. So that's my part of the war. The rest of the way, I'll say that Suburban Legends was another one we have to disqualify because Isaac didn't have them in the top 10, unfortunately, even though Seth and I matched at 4 and 3 respectively. So that leaves us with a very clear number 1 for me would be D Capella. What are your thoughts on D Capella? Obviously, Seth is cool that it was his number 1. Isaac, this is the only one all 3 of us agreed and matched on for a top 5. You had him at 5. I had him at 4. They've got to be number 1, right? Because they hit our
It makes the most sense. I mean,
Yeah.
it's something that we've been talking about. Out of all the acapella songs, it was clearly the best. So
And-
making it number one, I
and
think it's hard to argue.
What's really crazy is that's our first number one a cappella of any of the covers, and just kind of crazy to think we have a number one is going to be an a cappella group. So number
deserve
two, yeah, I agree. Number two is going to be interesting for me because
Can I
there's-
offer a suggestion?
please do, yes.
So I'm looking at the numbers here because I wrote down all the matches, and I'm looking at Aaron and the Wildfire. Although it didn't make his top 5, it was 6 for
Very,
Isaac.
very
So-
good.
Came close to being number 5.
So Aaron and the Wildfire, number 6 for Isaac, number 3 for you, Seth, and number 5 for me. That adds up to 14. They're definitely in the running for 2. But Aaron and the Wildfire, though, let's go back to that. I'm going to go Aaron and the Wildfire at 2 because Aaron and the Wildfire landed in our top 3, Seth's, or top 5, Seth, because you had them at 3 and I had them at 5, and you had them at just outside at 6. So, yeah, I agree with that, Seth. So they're going to be number 2. Let's talk about Mahomby, though. Mahomby was
Yes.
number 2 for Isaac.
Yes.
Mahomby was number 6 for each of us.
Yes.
That's the next highest. So Mahomby has to be number 3. I will tell you guys, when I listened to this playlist and I saw where these 3 landed on mine, I would have never guessed that this is going to be our top 3. But Isaac, before we stamp this, what do you think of the 3-2-1? Mahomby, Aaron and the Wildfire, and D. Capella?
It's hard to argue. And you know what? I actually love it because it's a variety. You have
Yes.
acapella, you have like this funk, unique grooving song, number 2. And then number 3 is this like, I don't know, just the electronics, more of a modern take. So it's got a good variety. It's
Global,
not like,
yeah.
well, it's just 3 acapella songs. It's a good, like the best acapella song.
This
Clearly
is
number
probably
one.
the widest variety that we've ever had at 3. And 3 artists that the general population would never have known who these people are. I mean, Aaron the Wildfire, again, like 862 monthly listeners at the time of this recording. It's crazy.
Can I make a note?
Yeah, go for it.
So Isaac and I matched on every single song in the top 10 but one.
Really?
Yes.
That's crazy. Wow. You're right.
Awesome.
That's insane.
I was even going to make the comment. I'm like, I think me and Seth got this top 10 down. And I felt like we matched, but I didn't know it was that much.
It was
Wow.
everyone but one. The Pixie and the
Oh yeah,
Party
yeah, throw a
Grass
wild card
Boys.
out there.
I had
That's
I had to
crazy.
throw that in there.
Wow,
Where did I
this
have
has
them
been
at?
really, really fun, Isaac. So yeah, let's go ahead and stamp it. So your top 3 cover versions of I2I by Powerline, aka Tevin Campbell, from the Goofy movie or a Goofy movie soundtrack are as follows. Number 3, Mahomby. Number 2, Aaron and the Wildfire. And number 1, D. Capella. All right. So how do you think we did on that, Isaac? You like it?
I like it. I mean, like I said, I really like the Brett Morgan. There was something that set that as
Yeah.
number 1, but
Yeah.
I can't argue with that top 3. It's a solid and it matches. So I'm happy.
All right. So before we get into some trivia time with Isaac, our guest, I'll just give you a little song bio breakdown of I2I. This was, it's pronounced I2I, UIE, TOEYE. And what's funny is, so the song title I2I, the letter I, number 2, letter I, is meant to pay homage to kinds of titles that Prince's songs had, like I Would Die For You. This is one of the few Disney songs not to be dubbed in other languages as well, even though the movie and most of the songs are dubbed into various languages. So that's interesting. Song from the 1995 Disney Toon Studios film, A Goofy Movie, performed by Tevin Campbell as the character Powerline. The song is featured in the film's climactic scene where Goofy, Bill Farmer, and Max, Jason Marsden, wind up on stage with Powerline at a concert in LA, viewed by millions. The song is also played over the end credits. Of course, Rosie Gaines also featured on the track. While the song was not a mainstream chart hit in the US upon its release, it gained significant popularity over the years and has developed a massive cult following, especially among 90s kids. So, Isaac, trivia time. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Though it didn't chart on the Billboard US singles chart, it was a major hit on the UK singles chart, peaking at number what? A, 16, B, 25, or C, 48?
Man,
think?
it's hard to predict for those UK folks. They like the music. That it does kind of seem like it could have been higher, but I'm gonna go right in the middle. You said 25.
25 is B.
I'm gonna go with B.
All right. Well, it's A, 16. They really like their a Goofy movie song. So yeah,
I would have said 25 as well.
well, yeah, 16. So it did chart at number 2 in the U.S. on the dance chart. So very interesting.
Oh, there you go.
So a little quick artist bio for Tevin Campbell. He released 4 albums, TEVIN, I'm Ready, Back to the World, and Tevin Campbell. The one song that I was most familiar with, aside from I2I, is Can We Talk? Did you guys ever hear that track, Can We Talk? That was a huge radio hit back in the 90s. Very cool. Early in his career, he was frequently compared to Michael Jackson for smooth vocals and impressive range, which Campbell later said put undue pressure on him, despite being a big compliment. So Little T was also a character he played in a famous episode. Do you guys know what episode of sitcom that was?
That's sounding so familiar. That wasn't like Fresh Prince.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was Fresh
Whoa!
Prince.
Should have been a
Yes.
trivia question.
Little T. Sorry. I mean, you got it. You can consider that trivia. It's your number 2. It's trivia. Yeah,
right.
Little T was on Fresh Prince. He's playing Ashley's crush. So it was good stuff.
Okay.
And then Tevin Campbell, pretty much out of the public eye now since the 90s. He did have an incident where he was arrested for in the early 2000s. Won't dwell on that. But he did have an extensive Broadway career. And yeah, so Tevin Campbell, very underrated artist, I feel. I think he had just an amazing voice. So before we get into these lyrics, anything else on I2I or Tevin Campbell, Isaac?
Yeah, everything you're saying, that just makes sense. I could tell Disney probably wanted to get him because of that Michael Jackson, kind of the Bobby Brown, and what was big back in the 90s. I mean, he kind of echoed that. He was his own style, but he was very underrated. That's kind of a shame that he didn't turn out to be bigger. And when you say he was under pressure because of those comments, it kind of is like, that's a bummer, man. I can't even imagine the pressure he must have been felting at the time. But I love that this legacy has in a Goofy movie, like you're talking about, it's becoming this like cult classic. And I think people are recognizing his talent if they didn't way back then.
For sure. Seth, Isaac just mentioned Bobby Brown. Did you have a fun fact for us about Bobby Brown you want to share?
So Isaac and I covered this on Movies at Grandma's House. And when I was doing my research, I came across that Bobby Brown was originally supposed to play Powerline. Like that was supposed to be who they were shooting for. He was in a bit of legal trouble at the time, and they had to look elsewhere. And Tevin Campbell was an amazing backup choice.
I agree. Very cool.
100%.
All right, so let's go ahead and discuss these lyrics now. Here are the lyrics to the song I2I. Yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah. I've got myself a notion, and one I know that you'll understand, to set the world in motion by reaching out for each other's hand. Maybe we'll discover what we should have known all along, yeah. One way or another, together's where we both belong. If we listen to each other's heart, oh yeah, we find we're never too far apart. And maybe love is the reason why. For the first time ever, we're singing it eye to eye. If a wall should come between us, too high to climb, too hard to break through, I know that love will lead us and find a way to bring me to you. So don't be in a hurry. Think before you count us out. Oh, you don't have to worry. I won't ever let you down. Nothing's gonna stop us now. If we listen to each other's heart, we'll find we're never too far apart. Oh yeah. And maybe love is the reason why. Oh yeah. For the first time ever, we're singing it eye to eye. Love is why we're singing it eye to eye. Yes, we are. Eye to eye, we're sing it eye to eye. Love is why we're singing it eye to eye. Sing it eye to eye. Yeah, eye to eye, we're singing it eye to eye. Love is why we're singing it eye to eye. I think we're singing it eye to eye. Yeah. Eye to eye, we're singing it eye to eye. If you're ever lonely, then stop. You don't have to be. After all, it's only a beat away from you to me. Take a look inside and see, yeah. If we listen to each other's heart, we'll find we're never too far apart. And maybe love is the reason why, for the first time ever, we're singing it eye to eye. And then it repeats, and aJaX, are there any lyrics from the song that speak to you?
It's just, it sounds like a pop song. And maybe to some, it's like, oh, that's kind of cheesy. But I'm sorry. It's well written. I love it. I eat it up every time I hear that. And it's talking about like if a wall should ever come between us. That's probably my favorite because it shouldn't work as well as it does, but it's describing so well what this movie was about of Goofy and Max conflicting. They had that wall that was kind of a barrier, but they were able to overcome it. And that's what the song, I think, is so great. It's a perfect song to end that movie on, of just now we're seeing it eye to eye. How do you write a better song than that? I'm like, I'm sorry. I like it. It's that mushy, we're finally coming together, but it just captures it so well. And in my mind, the only lyrics I'm hearing missing is the bridge, because Max shouts, "Dad, Dad, do the perfect cast." So that's forever ingrained in my head of Goofy doing the perfect cast during the bridge. But other than that, yeah, I mean, it's great. I eat it up every time.
No, the wall that should come between us, that verse is my favorite too. So you nailed it right there. What about you, Seth?
My favorite by far is, if you're ever lonely, stop. You don't have to be.
Oh, that's great. That is a great, the stop. That is awesome. I love it. Very nice. So I did post this question to our audience on TikTok. What is your favorite Disney song? Got a whole bunch of responses. Before we get into the audience responses, I'll tell you that my favorite is "You'll Be in My Heart" from Tarzan by Phil Collins. That is my favorite all-time Disney song. But what about you, aJaX? What is your favorite Disney song?
Oh, mad props. That is actually a question I was going to ask, is what's the best Disney soundtrack? And I bet Tarzan is going to be up there for a lot of people. So commend you on that one. Oh, it's so hard to pick a favorite Disney. I mean, I can only rattle off a few. I mean, you've got Can You Feel the Love Tonight with Lion King, but there's also, you've got like Be Your Guest even. Like, I don't know why, that's just such a fun song that comes to my mind. A Whole New World from Aladdin. To pick a favorite, man, it's just like, you can't, you got to just be on the right day, I guess.
What about you, Seth?
I mean, there's so many, and I'm sure on a day-to-day basis I would change my mind. Probably Circle of Life or Can You Feel the Love Tonight would probably be
very nice.
My favorites.
Classics. So here's some of the ones that were mentioned online. There were two clear favorites. So number 1 and number 2 in this order: Bare Necessities by from Jungle Book. That's the number 1. And the number 2, Go the Distance from Hercules.
Oh,
Michael Bolton style. That is number 2. So here's some of the other ones. Of course, you mentioned Circle of Life. That was one of them. Arabian Nights, Zero to Hero from Hercules, Arabian Nights from Aladdin. When We're Human from Princess and the Frog. Stand Out, also from a Goofy movie. Be Prepared, Lion King. Everybody Wants a Cat from the Aristocats. Aristocat.
Okay.
So some of the other ones that are interesting choices from people. Eggs from Land Before Time 2, even though it's not a Disney movie, somebody put. Time Warp.
Fail.
Somebody put. Well, here's another stretch. Time Warp from the Rocky Horror Picture Show, because it's a Disney property. I'll Make a Man Out of You, Mulan, Donny Osmond, which is hilarious. Other Girls from Mulan too. That's crazy that somebody picked that, but it's there. Why Should I Worry? Oliver and Company, Billy Joel. That's such a throwback. Such a great one.
Yeah.
Let It Go from Frozen, of course. Strangers Like Me from Tarzan. Son of Man from Tarzan. Just Phil Collins, everything. All for Love, Bryan Adams, Rod Stewart, and Sting from Three Musketeers. Another Tim Curry reference song. And then, of course, Bare Necessities, the aforementioned Go the Distance, aforementioned, and Under the Sea, Little Mermaid, and Be Our Guest, Beauty and the Beast. So those are some of the others that they've mentioned. But I got to know, Isaac, are you ready for your surprise here? So we've been doing a new segment on the podcast. We have a surprise for Isaac, for what's been for Seth these last 2 times, where I've performed a parody live for the first time here on the podcast. Are you ready for this, Isaac?
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. So this is a parody of I2I. And I'm not going to tell you the song title. I didn't tell Seth the song title last time. I think it worked out a little bit. So here we go. I'm going to take a drink of some Coke Zero.
I would like to say real quickly that the
Yes,
Emperor's
please.
New Groove, the Sting song at the end, was really good too.
There
I
you
can't
go.
remember the
That's a
name of
good
it.
one.
Yeah.
And real
I
quick,
can't either.
I gotta
Yes,
throw
you
in,
too.
I'm a little shocked, just because I think this actually should be the best Disney. But I'm surprised nobody mentioned When You Wish Upon a Star, because Disney
Ooh,
actually used
yeah.
it.
Very
I'm
true.
just
And
shocked.
no one did. Yeah, very true.
Wow.
That's all.
Okay.
I just-
Are you ready for a parody of I2I by Powerline, aka Tevin Campbell?
Let's go.
Here we go. I bought myself some lotion. I poured the lotion into my hand. I spread it on my dry skin. And now I feel like I'm a new man. Maybe I should buy more. I hope when I get back they're not gone. Yeah. Let's go to the drugstore. It won't take us very long. If you just get in my brand new car, you'll hear the engine roar as it starts, and we'll head to the drugstore and buy every single last bottle of lotion for my dry thighs. Okay, verse 2 coming up. Here we go. If a Walgreens isn't open, the CVS or Rite Aid will do. And I was kind of hoping that you would let me buy some for you, but I'm not in a hurry. I just hope they don't throw us out. Oh, you don't have to worry. I won't drop them on the ground. No, I can carry them out. Fine, I'll put them in my shopping cart, and I'll pay the cashier and leave the mart. And maybe that's too much to buy 27 whole bottles of lotion for my dry thighs. Okay, so I'm not going to do the breakdown part. We're going to go right to the bridge. I won't waste a single drop. Spread it all over me. After all, it's creamy, and it feels so good and smells so sweet. Take a whiff and then you'll finally see, yeah. If you squirt some on your hands to start, you'll find it kind of sounds like a fart. And maybe you will give it a try for the first time ever. Relief for your poor dry thighs. All right, there you go, Isaac. That song was called My Dry Thighs. All right. Okay, so on that note, are any of these cover versions better than Tevin Campbell, I2I, the original version? Let's start with you as our guest, Isaac. Do you think any of these versions are better than the original?
Let me check the list. No, sorry, the original's better, but it was still good. Like, I think the covers were good, but yeah, it's hard for me to. I have so much bias, so much nostalgia in the original. You came close on this could maybe set it apart, but it's going to be you're going to have to really convince me. I still think just go with the original.
Okay, what about you, Seth? Any of the cover versions better than I2I by Tevin Campbell?
I have to preface this by saying Tevin Campbell's version is amazing, and it's just standalone. But vocals, Di Cappella was better.
Wow, interesting. So I will also say I love the original, and the original is amazing. And I also want to say that you guys have baffled me without putting Magnolia Park's version in either of your top 10s, because I feel honestly, and I'm not just saying it, I honestly feel in my heart of heart that Magnolia Park's version of I2I is the best version, better than Tevin Campbell's. That's right. I said it. So, alas, here we are. It's Cover Wars. What are you going to do? Are you ready to find out what song we will be covering next week here on Cover Wars? For the first time ever, we will have, as a guest on our show, my nephew, Jonah, joined by my other nephew, Isaac. His name's Isaac, too. Isaac, can you believe it? And Jonah has picked a song. It's very funny because Isaac mentioned this offline. It's so strange, but it's Beat It by Michael Jackson. That's the song. It's Beat It by Michael Jackson.
I had a
Isaac jokingly brought this up. And it's so funny because I asked Jonah, I'm like, Jonah, if we were to cover a Disney song on the show, because I told him that, Isaac, you picked a Disney song, what song do you think we would do? And he's like, is it I2I? I'm like, how did you know that? I'm like, yes, it's I2I. So Isaac's know Jonah's and Jonah's knows Isaac's. And he goes, my nephew Jonah goes, because it's a banger. That's what he said. And so I've been using that. I used that as the question on the Disney question I posted on TikTok. I even said, I'm like, I2I is a banger. So, are you excited for that, Seth?
Yes.
Michael Jackson's Beat It with our guests, Jonah and Isaac. Seth, where can the fine people find us if they want more Cover Wars?
You can find us at Cover Wars Podcast on YouTube, Cover Wars on TikTok and Facebook, and you can email us at coverwarspodcast@gmail.com.
Awesome. And I want to thank you so much for joining us, Isaac. Second time, you got to join us next season as well, of course. Did you have a good time? Was it too crazy for you?
Oh, it was great. It was awesome.
Enjoy yourself.
A lot of fun.
All right. Well, hey, if you guys are ever out there and you're all alone and you don't know where to go for songs covered by artists other than the original, Seth and I, and sometimes Isaac, we got you covered. Bye, everybody.
Bye.